Hello, the following artifacts demonstrate my content knowledge in the AECT standards. Standard 1 asks of candidates to demonstrate knowledge in the creation, usage, assessments, and managing theoretical and practical applications of educational technologies and processes. The following are some of the artifacts that I've gathered. Standard 1 requires us to have knowledge over different subjects in the world of educational technology. The introductory piece to my learning was EdTech 501. In this class, I had the foundation to everything that came after it. In this class, I was able to write a research paper. In this research paper, I was able to explain how technology was impacting my school using the AECT Code of Professional Ethics. While I used those, I provided a scenario of things that were happening in my school, and then I made up a discussion in which I explained the different things that could be used or how we could implement and encourage others to use the technology available to us. In EdTech 502, I created a web page using Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver was new to me. In there, I learned how to use the HTML and CSS code. I created a Jigsaw activity based on Dia de los Muertos, or if you want to call it Day of the Dead. Students had to become experts in different concepts using the given links to gather information. Another class that helped me out was EdTech 541. In there, we created a relative advantage chart. In this chart, we needed to address areas of concern or problems that we were having with this or a specific content area. We also needed to find a specific technology that could help us address this concern. And then we had to set out what would our advantage be of using this specific technology and the expected outcome of how is it going to solve this problem. We had to curate 10 resources, and within this 10 resources, we had to do an expected outcome and then the advantage of having this in our classroom. AECT standard number 2, content pedagogy. Candidates develop as reflective practitioners able to demonstrate effective implementation of educational technologies and processes based on contemporary content and pedagogy. The following artifacts represent my view on the content pedagogy standard and the work that I've done to show the meaning of it. This standard and the artifacts shown have gotten me very excited about the different types of learning that are possible in our classroom. Let's take a look at a few examples that I've collected. In EdTech 541, I created a website with different lessons focused on social studies. The digital games lesson is part of this website. In this lesson, students learn about different branches of government using gamification. The lesson is geared to 3rd grade but can be adapted. This lesson could be a great supplement for teachers who are teaching civics or government. In EdTech 542, I created the project-based learning unit. This was my first introduction to creating a unit in which I had to become more of a facilitator. This unit includes great resources for students. I had to manage the unit planning and create different assessments for it. Here's the project timeline, which is accessible. I had to plan week by week, and I also had to plan the assessments. How did we get to that point? I had to ask students one driving question. How do my values, culture, and family influence the unique individual that I am today? Students had to research about their identity through websites and family. AECT Standard 3, Learning Environments. Candidates facilitate learning by creating, using, evaluating, and managing effective learning environments. Not everyone learns the same. Managing different learning styles gives an instructor the opportunity to learn about different learning environments. During my time in the MAT program, I was able to create and use different learning environments to meet the needs of the diversity of students that could be in my class. Let's take a look at them. The mini documentary is a video that was created in EdTech 533. I took a mini road trip to Idaho City to help my students learn about Boise history and used Premiere Pro to put this assignment together. Putting this documentary together I had to do my own research about the city and find authentic pictures that the students would connect with. Before I did this, I had to create a mini storyboard in which I would lay out the scenes and the description of what I wanted my video to look at. I put in the description of my mini documentary, the equipment that I was using, and the resources that I was able to gather to complete this assignment. I thought of YouTube. I thought of all the videos that I've used to aid to the understanding of my lessons. During EdTech 533, I learned different uses for it, such as curating videos and making playlists, or giving access to many more resources for students. This channel helped me manage the use of all the videos that I've made throughout my MAT journal. It also allowed me to find people who were available in new programs that I could see. I could subscribe to different channels and I could see so many more resources. I created several playlists based on different content areas that I was teaching at the time. And then I have all my uploads, everything that I've made throughout the MET program. AECT Standard 4, Professional Knowledge and Skills. Candidates design, develop, implement, and evaluate technology-rich learning environments within a supportive community of practice. During my teaching career, I've had to be very creative when I teach a lesson. I teach Spanish in an elementary classroom. So I've had to be willing to try new things to get them engaged in my lessons. In this program, the MAT program, I learned about different learning environments and how important collaboration is for student success. I design and develop so many lessons that are applicable to my area of teaching, and they are technology-based. The best part is that I was able to teach them and evaluate their effectiveness in my classroom and make adjustments if I saw that necessary. In EdTech 501, we had to read a chapter about educational technology and come up with a graphic that would describe itself and what educational technology meant and the main pieces of educational technology. I said that facilitating learning and improving performance really was the main point of educational technology, but then there's special pieces to that. So the creation, the use, the manage, and all of those had to be centered around the study and ethical practice of everything that's with educational technology. So all of the theories, all of the research behind that would be based on. In the class at Tech 541, I was pushed to not look at technology and think of as another thing to teach. Instead, it made me realize that I can integrate it just like I would integrate any other content area. And I was intentionally looking at an app or a software program that I could plan my lesson from. This website is made up of different projects. Each project was based on a specific thing. We looked at ethics, we looked at the learning environments, we looked at accessibility, we looked at a lot of different activities that I could integrate into my own classroom. AECT Standard 5, Research. Candidates explore, evaluate, synthesize, and apply methods of inquiry to enhance learning and improve performance. In the past 2 years, I've had to evaluate products, instructionally design units. I've had to research and learn about the different theories and backgrounds of the educational technology. These are the skills that I am most grateful for. This program has taught me to be a critical thinker, researcher, and to be up to date I can't be an expert in all areas, but what I know is that I'll never stop learning about the new technologies that are constantly changing. I had the opportunity in Educational Technology at Tech 504 to collaborate with one of my colleagues and be able to create a research project that was based on the cognitive theory and how it was related to educational technology. We worked through and we did a lot of research. We tried to do the most updated or research that was really strong based, and we defined educational technology, we defined the cognitive theory, and we made connections within those and came to our own conclusions about how those two were related. In EdTech 501, I had the opportunity to do a school evaluation summary. This meant that I had to evaluate the school and I had to analyze its background and the population that they had. So any race, gender, um, if they had free and reduced lunch. And then I had to look at the administrative part of the school and see how they were using technology. I had to look at the curricular part, had to look at the support staff and how they were using technology, and also like our connectivity. How was our connectivity to in our school? The innovation, and then after seeing all those, I had to do an evaluation and explain what my overall score of this school would be. This really was the first time that I was actually doing an evaluation, and it really opened my eyes to see more of what it meant to do an evaluation and how much background information we needed in order for us to do